Hello, friends. Welcome. We're going to get Instagram started here. All right, we're live on Instagram now as well. Welcome to episode 95 of Storytime Yoga. I'm Miss Mel, your children's yoga instructor with Breathe With Me Yoga and your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness. We're just getting everything started here today. We have a very lovely book today. Let's see. We have a lovely book today. It is called King Louie's Shoes. Up there for my Instagram friends and down here for Facebook and YouTube. King Louie's Shoes. And that's by DJ Steinburg. I'm just going to get set up here and we're going to get moving. So I'm going to put the link to purchase this book. If you'd like to purchase your own copy, I'm going to drop the link in the comments below as usual. And today I am wearing my red Zyia activewear, my red and gold sparkle pants. So if you're interested in purchasing those, I will also put the links there down below. Let's see. Let's head over to the comments. If you are watching live, please do put hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. We are having difficulty with the watch parties now. So I've shared to my page there, but we're having difficulty with the watch parties. I don't know what's going on. We're not getting the option to run a watch party right now. But if you do comment on my page there, if you comment on my personal page, then I will check out your comments and answer later if I don't see it now. Don't know why we've lost that feature. We'll have to figure that out. All right, friends. Bubby is here. She says hashtag live. Thank you, Bubby. We will plot the rest of our comments in there. I hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday morning. It's a quiet morning here. It's getting a little chillier outside, my friends. So I'm also going to pop in the link to follow if you'd like more details on our Healthy Starts for Families campaign or our Healthy Starts for Families program with Juice Plus. We're really proud about that program. It brings raw whole foods to children for free for 4 years when they're sponsored by an adult. It's a great, great program. All right. Say hello if you're here. I'll give you a shout out. And I'm just trying to watch the page over here. If you do comment over here, I'll see what I can do over there, friends. All right. We are going to get started. So I invite you all to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. And I'll step back to mine. There we go. To begin class. So you'll notice today that I am wearing my Vox Life sleeve. It's called an E-Smarter sleeve. And that helps with cognition. It's neurotechnology. I have socks as well. So we'll be bringing out more information about that as well. I've been using these for a long time. So I thought it was about time I shared it with everyone. All right, sitting up crisscross applesauce or in hero's pose. Good job, my friend. Sitting up nice and straight and tall, we're going to start with our breathing. And if this is the first time joining us, this is our big fancy breathing ball. And as we breathe in and make our belly full of air like a big balloon, we make that ball nice and big. And as we breathe all of that air out, we make our ball nice and small. All right, friends, sitting up nice and straight and tall, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Good job, my friends. Now, my friends, if you don't have one of these balls at home, you can use your hands like this and breathe nice and slowly with us, making sure that your shoulder is in neutral position and not hunched up while you're breathing. We're going to do one more round of that, okay, friends? Breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Good job, my friends. Okay, I invite you all to stay on your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor while I come forward to begin our story, King Louie's Shoes. All right, friends. King Louie's Shoes. All right, I'm going to see if we can invite some friends on as well. I don't know if we can do that. I don't know that I can do that. All right, without the watch party. Okay, friends, King Louie's Shoes. Let's see if you can see that. It's a very light book, light colored book. It's very white, and the writing is light. But you see how it's very fancy, friends? You see the fancy lettering? All right, it says Louis the 14th was a very big king, and there he is. There he is, Louis the 14th. How big was he? He was so big that he ruled France for 72 years. He built the biggest palace in the world in the town of Versailles, and he grew the biggest army in all of Europe. Look how big they show him. His big giant shoes up here for Instagram. And there is his big giant castle with his big army in front of it. And right up top here are a bunch of birds on the top of the castle, and those are not real birds. Those are fake birds on the top of the castle there. And so we are going to start today with eagle pose and be those birds at the top of the castle. So coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor, we're going to lift one leg up. We're going to get our balance, and we're going to bring that leg around. And if we need to tripod here, that's okay if balance is an issue. Otherwise, we're going to tuck those toes behind, and we're going to give ourselves a big, giant hug. And when you give that big, big, big hug, then you can bring those arms right up like this into eagle pose. Good job, my friends. Holding that pose. I know it's difficult. And then we're going to switch sides. So I want to remember that this arm was on top because I'm going to switch those arms, okay? So this time I'm going to lift up this leg. I'm going to get my balance, and then I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to tripod here if I need to. Otherwise, I'm going to bring those toes around, and then I'm going to bring the opposite arm on top this time and give myself a big, big, big hug, and then come up into eagle pose. You're going to feel this stretch all across the backs of your shoulders if you're tight there, my friends. Good job, my friends. All right, coming back to our story. He threw the biggest parties for his royal family and friends, and he gave the biggest gifts, mostly paintings and statues of himself. There was only one little problem. All right, look at look at this big ball. And there he is, toasting everybody at the ball up there for Instagram and down here for Facebook and YouTube. There he is at the ball, toasting everybody. And here he is over here giving presents to everybody. So we are going to pretend that we're at the ball, my friends, and we are going to do dancer pose. All right, we did this one yesterday, my friends. So we're going to have a little bit of room in between our legs like this. I'm going to go sideways so that you can see me. And I'm going to lift up this leg. I'm going to get my balance. And then I'm going to grab that ankle, same arm, same leg. And then I'm going to bring that leg back and bring my body forward. And then I'll push that ankle out into my hand and bring this arm up. Dancer pose. Now, if you're with somebody at home, you can face each other and hold hands and help each other keep your balance. Otherwise, you can look at a spot on the floor. Good job, my friends. And coming around. Now, can you imagine what a dance looked like? Lifting this leg to get your balance. Grabbing that ankle. Same hand, same leg. Can you imagine what a dance looked like at King Louie's palace? All right, we're going to bring that leg back. And we're going to push that ankle into that hand. And we're going to bring this arm up. Dancer pose, my friends. Pretend that we're in that big giant castle around all of those people dancing away. Can you imagine what that looked like? I'm going to lift this camera up a bit too. There we go. All right, let's continue. Please do comment if you're joining in. I'll do my best to see your comments here the way we're set up. All right, what was the one little problem? King Louis XIV was not big. King Louis, which is how you say Louis in French, was a shrimp. Look at him. See how short he is? That's what they mean by shrimp. He was short. And I think that means he didn't like it too much. Royal carpenter called King Louis, build me a throne so high that everyone will know just how big I am. So the royal carpenter did. And here he is. Here's that royal carpenter, hard at work. Hard at work, building a huge throne. Oh my goodness, look at this photo. Okay, you ready? We're going to turn the book sideways. Let's see if we can see the whole thing. There we go. When King Louis climbed up on that throne, he was the tallest king in the world. But King Louis could not sit up there all day. When he came down, he was still a shrimp. There it is, friends. See King Louis on his giant, I think everybody can see that well, on his giant chair, on his giant throne. So we are going to do chair pose, my friends, and be on a giant throne with King Louis. All right. So I'm going to put a little bit more distance in between my legs, okay? A little bit wider than shoulder width, okay? And we're going to pretend that giant throne is right behind us there. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see me. I'm going to lift my arms up, and I'm going to sit back on that throne. Now, I can be up here with just a little bit of bend, or I can be way down here. And we want to make sure that those knees aren't caving in together. Those knees are staying apart. And here we are sitting on that giant throne. Can you imagine how giant you would be looking down at everyone on that big, tall throne? Can you see them now? Look down at them. Put your hands here like you're on the throne and you're sitting up on high, looking down on everybody. Not looking down on them like looking down your nose at them. Being very nice to everybody, but looking down at everybody down below because you're so up high. I wonder what it would feel like to be up that high. There are probably some really tall people in the world that would know what it felt like to be up that high. Royal hairdresser called King Louis, make me the biggest wig ever so that everyone will know just how big I am. So the royal hairdresser did. And there she is, making his giant wig. Let's see. We'll see what that looks like. All right. So he is actually right here. He's in a live pose when he's asking that hairdresser to make that giant wig. So let's do a live. This is a big stretch for us this morning. Let's ask the royal hairdresser for a giant wig. What kind of wig would you like? What color would it be? What would it look like? Okay, so we're going to stand with a little bit of space in between our legs. And we're going to lift our arms up. And then we're going to reach those fingers up to the ceiling. And we're going to look up to the ceiling. And we're going to get a good stretch. And as we stretch up from our armpits all the way up our arms to the ceiling, we're feeling that stretch all the way across the front of our chest and belly. Good job, my friends. Stretching. What kind of wig would you ask for? Would it be a colored wig? Would it be a curly wig or a straight wig? What would it be? Tell me in the comments. I'm so excited, friends, that we are embarking upon our first ever interactive story time. And I'll be so excited to see all of my little friends in that interactive class. And then we'll be able to talk to each other and laugh and giggle. All right, look at this giant wig. Do you see it, my friends? It is a giant wig. King Louis strutted the streets of Paris in his new do. All right, you ready, friends? You ready to put your wig on? Okay, what does yours look like? His is really curly and tall. What does yours look like? Mine isn't curly and tall. It's tall, I suppose, because I want height, right? But it's not really curly. I'm going to say mine is like in an updo and swirly hair on top of my head. So we're going to do walking lunges and we're going to strut the streets of Paris in our wig, okay? So I'm going to walk and lunge, walk and lunge. Good job, my friends. And I'm going to go back and forth on my mat so you can see me. But you can go all over and stretch the streets of Paris in your living room or your bedroom or wherever you are. Walk and lunge. Walk and lunge. And strut the streets of Paris in your big wig. And tell me what your wig looks like. So mine is like a big twist of hair on the top of my head. Good job, my friends. Uh-oh. Until it rained, the king looked down sadly and saw his feet. Oh, poor King Louie. It rained and look at his big, tall wig. Look at it. Poor guy. Royal shoemaker, called King Louie. Make me the biggest shoes ever so that everyone will know just how big I am. So the royal shoemaker did. And there's the royal shoemaker up there for Instagram. And down here, making King Louie the biggest shoes ever. I wonder what they look like. I wonder what those shoes look like. If you're just joining us, let us know you're here. Give us a shout out. Hashtag live if you're watching live. Oh my goodness, my friends, wait till you see these shoes. You ready? Look at those shoes. The people oohed and awed and ooh la la. Who had ever seen shoes like that? In the 1600s, heels were supposed to be flat. King Louis's family and friends loved his new shoes. They loved them so much. I wonder what they did. Oh my goodness. So King Louis, he is like a warrior king now. Do you see him standing like a warrior king in those shoes? So we're gonna do warrior pose with King Louis, okay? We're gonna do that with King Louis. Coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. We're going to put lots of room in between our legs here. And I'm going to go that way first. So I'm going to point those toes that way. I'm going to bring these toes in. And I'm going to give myself lots of room because then I'm going to bend this knee. We're going to lift up these arms and then bend this front knee. And I want to make sure that that knee is over top of my ankle. So lots of room. And this is a strong back leg. We're not bending that knee. It's nice and straight. And we are in warrior pose and our torso is nice and tall. Our torso is the top half of our body. We're up nice and tall, like a warrior, like King Louis, like King Louis in his big, tall shoes. All right, we're going to leave our feet where they are, and all we're going to do is switch sides, all right? We're going to point these toes that way and bring these toes in, and we're going to lift our arms, and then I'm going to bend this knee. Good job, my friends. So remember, we can bend a little bit or we can bend a lot. Whatever's comfortable, keeping this torso up nice and straight and tall. Good job, my friends. Tell me what your giant shoes would look like. You know, I just was thinking about it. What would those giant shoes look like? King Louis are like yellow with blue laces, and I'll show you again. See them? They've got stripes. The big heels have stripes. What would yours look like? All right. They all got new shoes too, and that was a problem. So King Louis XIV issued a decree. Oh my goodness. So their shoes were so tall. I'll show you here in the picture. Their shoes were so tall as well. Taller. Just as tall as King Louis. So they were taller than him. So when they needed to bow to King Louis when he came, they were almost in a forward bend, bowing because they had to bow so far. All right, so come into your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. We're going to do a standing forward bend, friends. So we are going to put a little bit of space in between our legs, and we're going to lift our arms up, look up to the ceiling, and we're going to fold forward into a forward bend. And I want you to just grab your legs wherever you can because this back is going to stay straight, no hunching in our backs so that we can reach the floor. And you might feel this at the backs of your legs there. You might feel it in your lower back. You can reach down and just hang like a rag doll. That's fine, just as long as that back stays straight. And we're going to come up again, and then we're going to do a nice bow, okay? Come on up, reach up to the ceiling, and we're going to bow to King Louis. So just come into a half forward bend. Bow to King Louis. He is down there, isn't he? If we have shoes the same size as him, he's down low, down below us. All right, what is his royal decree? What do we think? No one can wear shoes taller than the king's. That was the royal decree. And to make extra sure, he got a new pair of shoes. How tall were the king's shoes? And here he is. Do you see him up there in Instagram and down here for Facebook and YouTube? He is yelling his decree. He's not happy that everybody has tall shoes. All right. They were so tall that the king needed his servants to lift his feet in and out of the royal coach. King Louis had to bend down to enter the big Baroque ball without breaking his royal head. And when the king got up to lead the first dance, oh goodness, I wonder what happened. See this? He's just getting up to lead the first dance. See how tall those giant shoes are? Goodness me. What happened when the king got up to lead the first dance? He fell flat on his royal derriere, which is French for, well, the part he fell on. All right, let's pretend that we had those giant shoes as well. Come into your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor, my friends. We're going to come sitting down on our bum, and we're going to roll to the back of our bum. That's called our sacrum. And we are going to lift up those bent knees and put our arms out and pretend that we fell on our royal derriere, just like the king. Good job, my friends. Holding those legs up, using those belly muscles to hold those legs up. Good job, my friends. All right, coming back to our story, my dears. King Louis did not feel very big just then. Now the people will laugh at me, he thought. Now they will know. All right, there he is. It looks like it's the picture sideways, but it's not. It's actually King Louis on his bum on the floor, hoping that people don't laugh at him, wondering if people are going to laugh at him. But the people did not laugh. They knew that because of the king, France was a proud and mighty nation. Thanks to King Louis, their lives were happy and safe. So what if he was a shrimp? It's okay, right? And there he is. He's sitting there and nobody's laughing. They look kind of concerned, don't they, for King Louis? All right, King Louis is sitting there looking at all of the people in his kingdom in seated forward bend. So we're going to do the same. Coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. We're going to do a wide-legged seated bend. So we're going to spread our legs wide, okay, friends? And we're going to lift our arms up, and we're going to bend forward, keeping that back nice and flat, no rounded backs, and just touch the floor wherever you can. Just making sure that that back is flat, and you're going to feel this on the backs of your legs here. You might feel it in your hips or in your lower back there as well. Good job, my friends, and just reach to wherever is comfortable, my friends. So this is a good time to have a talk about King Louis, isn't it? And about him wondering if his friends are going to laugh at him when he fell. What do you guys think? What do you think? Do our friends laugh at us when we fall? Or do they protect us and hold us up, help us up off the floor, and tell us it's going to be okay? What do you think? All right, good job, my friends. Coming back to our story. The king looked around. All the people bowed and cheered for him to go on dancing. But how could he with those crazy shoes? Off came the shoes, up came the king. Hurrah, sang the crowd. King Louis XIV must have felt bigger than big that night, with his family and friends all around as he spun and swayed to the music. And there he is, taking off those shoes. Looks like he's throwing those shoes. Dancing holes in his stocking feet. So there he is. There's King Louis up there for Instagram. down here for Facebook and YouTube. There's King Louie dancing in his sock feet, dancing the night away with all of his friends and family. All right. That is the end of our book, friends. And you know what time it is. I'm going to move to the middle here so that you can see me. It is time for relaxation, my friends. So there's the front of the book. I invite you all to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. And I invite you to lay or sit, whatever's comfortable. If you're laying down, arms beside you with your palms facing up. Good job, my friends. And if you're sitting, arms in your lap, hands in your lap with your palms facing up. Good job, my friends. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable. Taking a deep breath in and out. And as you breathe out, dropping those shoulders down towards the floor if you're sitting, down into the floor if you're laying. Good job, my friends. Relaxing your chest and your waist. Relaxing your arms and your hands. Relaxing your legs and your feet. Letting your feet drop off to the side if you're laying down. If you're sitting, going to your root, right to your bum where your bum is touching the floor. And relax all of the muscles around your bum. Just sink into the floor. Good job, my friends. Noticing all of the sounds around you. It might be mom and dad. It might be brothers and sisters playing. Maybe other noises in your house or noises outside on the street. It's pretty quiet here today. Noticing those sounds. And as you let those sounds go, you do the same with your thoughts. Let your thoughts come in. Acknowledge them. And then let them go. Just take them out and put them underneath your mat or your blanket. There's no need to worry about them right now. No need to worry about anything right now. You don't need to solve anything. Just relax your body. Slowly and silently, I want you to say inside your head to yourself, I am healthy. I am happy. I am perfect just as I am, just as me. So we learned in the book today, in King Louie's Shoes, we learned about how King Louie was not happy about his height. He was self-conscious about his height and worried that he might not be as good as everyone else because he was short. Worried that people might laugh at him when he fell. But what King Louie learned is that everybody loved him, for himself, for all of the wonderful things he did. It didn't matter how tall he was or how short he was. They loved King Louie for everything that he did and the person that he was. So I want you to take the knowing that you have the choice to love yourself for the person you are too. And other people, you have the choice to do that, to love yourself for who you are and love other people for who they are. I want you to take that knowing and put that deep inside your head. And then I want you to take that happy feeling, the happy feeling that it feels when somebody shows you that they appreciate you for who you are and they love you for who you are. Take that happy feeling and put that deep inside your heart. And when you're done with that, take that choice, that knowing and that feeling, and send it out to everybody around you. Send it out to brothers and sisters, moms and dads, your neighbors, your teachers, your school friends, all of the helpers, all of your extended family. And when you're done sending that knowing and that feeling out, bring it back inside your head and your heart and hold it there. Always hold there the knowing that you have the choice to love yourself and love others for who they are. And hold that happy feeling that you feel when others love you for who you are. And same, the happy feeling that you feel when you love others for who they are. Because you see joy in them. I want you to hold that deep inside. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, if you're laying down, roll to one side. Just laying there, waking up your body. And if you're sitting down, keeping those eyes closed, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to wake your body up. And when you're ready, come and join me on my mat. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Good job, my friends. Bringing hands to heart center. And we'll end class with namaste. I feel good in every way. The goodness in me sees the goodness in all of you. Good job, my friends. Thank you for joining us for episode 95 of Storytime Yoga. We have read King Louie's Shoes today. And as always, the links are in the comments below to purchase your own copy of this book should you like to follow along with the recording with your own copy later on. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, and I look forward to our next video, our next time together. I am Miss Mel, your children's yoga instructor with Breathe With Me Yoga and your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness. Thank you for joining me today, friends.